Hello and welcome to the Rando Ando channel. My name is Christopher Anderson and this is What the Friday, where we discover the most funny to the most bizarre to the most goddamn disrespectful, disturbing stories that we find across the globe. So sit back, relax, and let's crack on because today's gonna be a corker. Corker. New catchphrase? Nah. Right, so a woman from Tennessee has grown the longest female mullet and has broken the Guinness World Record. Now this woman has been growing her hair for 30 years. She's not had a haircut in 30 years. I didn't have a haircut for 5 months and I looked like this. And it was outrageous. People were like, oh god, you don't look good with long hair. And as soon as I got it cut, I got compliments. I never get compliments. Anyway, this woman has not cut her hair in 30 years. That's insane. Because she liked the singer that had a ragtail and she was influenced. So she was growing it for 30 years from 1990 and she's now broke the world record. And what does she have to say to Sky News is where I got this source from. Sky News must have had a really slow day if they're reporting this. And I must be having a slow day if this is my first story. But yes, so she has said, I've been blessed that my hair grows and now it's the world's longest mullet. I am very happy with it. Do you know what? If you're happy with your life and you're happy with the way you look and you're happy with not cutting your hair for 30 years, I don't know how on earth you didn't succumb to temptation of going, oh god, this is long. Fair enough. Lady from Tennessee that's unnamed, we salute you on the Rando Ando channel. Is she going to grow it for another 30 years? She's 58. 30 years will be 88. Wow. Come back in 30 years, we'll see if when she's 88, she has that mullet. So yeah. Right, now we got that bit of bizarre news out of the way because it's not really eye-popping, is it? But don't worry, the mullet lady is not the only bit of news we got today, because I got a little bit of heartwarming news for you, ladies and gentlemen. Another segment from Sky News, and I've just realised as we're recording, when I said 30 years, this must be out of date, because it's 2023, and 1990 was 33 years ago. Oh my god, I'm approaching 30. Okay, anyway. Going on a bit of a tangent then. So, I don't know why that was on the top of their bizarre news. Maybe there's... I might have to check the dates on these. Whatever. So, a little bit of heartwarming news now. So, baby squirrel was separated by its mother. That's not the heartwarming bit. I'm not a monster, by the way. I am not a monster at all. No. Do not clip me for that. Who the hell's going to clip me? I don't have anybody that really... Anyway, they got abandoned, but it was adopted temporarily by a chicken. Yes, a chicken adopted a baby squirrel, and this is what the article, has to say. A baby squirrel that was adopted by a hen after becoming separated from his mum is now being cared for at a wildlife rescue centre. The Scottish Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, SPCA, shout out to SPCA because we hate animal cruelty on this channel, and if you harm animals, get fucked and leave. Was called in to help after the young red squirrel. Oh, it was a red squirrel. Oh. Which are known as kits. Did you know that? A baby? Is that all baby squirrels or that just baby red squirrels? Is known as kits. Was spotted sleeping under a chicken for several days. Chicken? Yeah, chicken. You know when you question if you said something right? Never mind. Was spotted sleeping under a chicken for several days last week at a farm in Tayport in Fife. Am I saying that right? Fife. Animal Rescue Officer Beth Galbraith said, we received a call from a member of the public who advised a squirrel had been coming into their hen house and sleeping under a chicken for several days. Now that is honestly heartwarming. But did the chicken really adopt the squirrel, or did the squirrel just sneak under? Who knows, but still, it's so beautiful, man. It's enough to make a grown man cry. Oh, let's get into something that makes me feel better. In other news, we are going back to America, because that's where most fucked up things happen. It's the great land of freedom. The United States of assholes. I mean America. Uh-oh. We need to keep our allies. Anyway, we're going back to America, like the first story. The first story was in Tennessee, and this story is in Nebraska. And if you have not heard this story on TikTok, or on the news, or just in your daily scrolls of social media or whatever, then what the hell are you following? Because this was honestly the most bizarre, the funniest thing I've read all week. Even witnessed all week. I'm hyping that up probably too much because my sense of humour is probably not like your sense of humour. But if my sense of humour is not like your sense of humour, then how are you going to enjoy the content? Anyway, like I said earlier, I go into a tangent. So, in Nebraska, a driver was pulled over after a huge bull was spotted in the passenger seat. A bull! You heard that right, a bull. And apparently, in Nebraska, this bull is famous because it goes to parades and carnivals and this and that. But this is where this gets even better. Even better, do you say? How does this get better? A bull sitting in the passenger seat in the car? The bull's name is Howdy Doody. Howdy Doody! Howdy Doody! The bull sitting in the passenger seat. How is that not brilliant? You're probably not sharing the same enthusiasm as me, and I'm probably getting far too enthusiastic about this. It's a bloody bull in a passenger seat called Howdy Doody. How can you not get hyped by that? Howdy Doody. How many times have I got to say it? Howdy Doody, Howdy Doody, Howdy Doody. The driver, Lee Mayer, has driven the vehicle in parades throughout the region for many years. It features a modified design where half of the windshield and roof have been taken out to create space for the bull known as Howdy Doody to ride along. That's genius. You've heard of dog companions, but now a bull that you take to carnivals and stuff for many years, local celebrity, just driving around, living his best life, called Howdy Doody. Isn't that fucking amazing? Or am I just the only one that finds that amazing? I think that's the most important news that we have to find out today. Surely. Surely it is. Surely it cannot get more bizarre than that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it does get more bizarre than that because we're going back to the Americas. But it's not America, it's Canada this time. And Africa. There is a king of a West African tribe that has returned to Canada to return to his gardening job. Yes, there is a king of a Western tribe that inherited royalty at the age of 67 because his uncle passed away and he was next in the line. So he takes over this tribe and he's royalty now, but he goes back to Canada to resume his gardening job in New British Columbia, was it? British Columbia to raise cash for a 6,000 strong tribe. Now that's a good king, but what? A gardener from Canada is a bloody king of a West African tribe? What the fuck? Does it get any more bizarre than this? Howdy Doody, king of a Western African tribe going back to Canada to become a gardener? Does it get more bizarre than this? Does it? Well, not in this video. Maybe next week. Because we are going into some relatively good news. Now Christopher Anderson with the tech department. Yes, there is a tech company that is looking to fix McFlurry machines. Finally! How many times does a McFlurry machine break in McDonald's? We need a solution. And we need it fast. Well, we don't now because it's becoming winter. But still, is my chest shrinking? No. So that was the best segue of my life. Alright, I had a brain fart because I felt something was in my brain. Little bit segue! Because there was a worm in a lady's brain. Yes. There was a worm, and this is close to home because this is in England. A worm was in a lady's brain, and it was alive. Alive. And we go back to Sky News for this one. So, this 64-year-old English woman who was living in... Oh, it's not in England, it's an English lady in Australia. That explains everything. It was in Australia. That explains everything. It's crazy down there. The 64-year-old English woman who was living in Australia had an MRI scan which revealed a God damn it, here we go again. Parasitic round worm was living in her brain. Ugh. Oh, there's an image here which I'm going to put there. A woman who was experiencing forgetfulness, oh dear, and depression, had an 8-centimeter long parasitic roundworm removed from her brain. The 64-year-old English woman who was living in New South Wales, Australia, was admitted to hospital in January 2021 after 3 weeks of abdominal pain and diarrhea, followed by a dry cough and night sweats. COVID? No. By 2022, her symptoms had evolved to include forgetfulness and depression, prompting medical professionals to refer her to the Canberra hospital. An MRI scan of her brain revealed that a motile helminth, this is why I never went to medical school, melnith, a parasitic roundworm, was living in the right frontal lobe lesion of her brain. Surgical fuck's sake, I cannot read! Ugh, and I can't speak good England. Surgical intervention became the only option, and doctors successfully removed the roundworm, which was 8 centimetres, in brackets 80 millimetres, in case you didn't know what the conversion of millimetres to centimetres were. If you're American, do they? I don't think they do. In length of 1 millimetre in diameter. Ew. Well, that's pretty thin, but I mean, for the brain, ugh. The neurosurgeon behind the surgery, Dr. Harry Puri Bandy, spoke to the Sky News, describing the case as a mystery when it was first presented to her team. After the scan was performed, Dr. Bandy explained how a distinct abnormality was present in her brain, which was rapidly changing over time. She added it was certainly different to textbooks of parasites in the brain, and no one had seen anything similar in this case. It was moving. Literally, it's in. Excuse the ad there, but it's in bold. See? It was moving. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah. Well, actually, you can get a bit more bizarre than an African tribe leader going back to the West and going back to Canada and Howdy Doody sitting in the passenger seat. Oh, Right, now we need to get into some more animal news. And something very rare happened. I'm not going to read much of this story because it pretty much explains itself. A giraffe? This has happened, but not in this way. So giraffes, they are yellowy, white, and brown spots. Okay? You know what a giraffe is. Here's an image of a giraffe. If you don't know what a giraffe is, here is an image of a giraffe. Got it? Oh, wait, no, that's James. No, this is an image of a giraffe. Okay, so, spots. Now, there have been giraffes that have been born without the brown spots. But never, in a unique case, scientists are calling this, has a giraffe just been born all brown. Look at it. It's magnificent. It's beautiful. But we are experiencing something random that's never, well, could be the only giraffe with only a brown coat in the world. Don't know about history, but in the world. That's pretty mind-blowing stuff if you ask me. And, brought a smile to my face when I was about to say it brought a smile to my eye. I'm tired. Bloody hell, this week's video has been bizarre, man. I mean, there's going to be some other funny ones and bizarre ones as we go on through the weeks, but God, what a start this has been. Do you know what? I was going to read a segment. It was, what was it? It was, I walked out of my son's wedding. It was such a dull and boring day. Well, if you want me to do a video reading a story about how someone walked out of their son's wedding because it's boring and dull and long, let me know in the comments below. But no, we're going to keep it to the bizarre for this week because we've had some great bizarre stories. We've had a woman that's been growing her hair for 30 years. We've had a chicken adopting a squirrel. We've had HOWDY the bull. We've had an African tribe leader going back to Canada to become a gardener. Well, no, to go back to being a gardener to feed his tribe. We've had technology companies finally going to fix McFlurries. We've had worms and brains. We've had a spotless giraffe. So, if you like this series, it's going to be a bit more of a flow. We're going to get into it a bit more, find a bit more bizarre news. If you find a bit more bizarre news, email me. No, Instagram me even. I'm not going to... I get too many emails. Instagram me which is linked in below. DM me on Instagram with a link to a story, and I will share it to the world. Well, to you guys. So, yeah, it's good to be back to the channel. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you've got some criticism, please leave it in the comments. Or if you've got anything you like about the video, put it in the comments or anything like that. If you don't feel like doing anything like that, thank you very much for watching. And I hope you have a good weekend, and I hope this kicked it started. Or if you're watching this on Monday and it's kickstarting your week, I hope it kickstarts your week. So I'll see you next Friday. Peace!